The daily life, charge the daily guy, the brain is right. Weekend, me, one of the gal want to be beside. Real talk, when I'm.
He said, you say you be street, but when we talk about streets too, you don't get it. If it wasn't Shatta Wale, like crime rate in Ghana go be giddy, 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 giddy. We sacrificed with godfathers that brought us up to put most of the youth out of crime. We don't support crime. We combat and eradicate crime like the police same way. Many of you keep missing the shots when Shatta talks, and it's because you did dark room for many years. Many of you keep missing the shots when Shatta talks, and it's because you did dark room for many years. LOL. Oh my world. Long John, this message is loaded. And just as he even said in this message, when Shatta talks, many of you miss the shot. I don't know how you understood this. I have my understanding of this post. In fact, I have a lot to say about this post, and I'm happy to be doing this segment with you. I wanted to do it in the editorial, but because I'm doing it with you, we can run it together. How did you understand it? Oh, let me also add that Ghana Web has also carried this story on their web, and they have written that if it weren't for me, the crime rate in Ghana would be giddy, 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 giddy. And I don't know why for the past years, Ghana Web always writes self-proclaimed. What is self-proclaimed? For the past, they always write that English.
That is my problem about the tradition. That is why we keep coining them as traditional media against Shatta Wale, and they don't understand. I mean, this is, if Sarkodie should say this, is not self-proclaimed. But once Shatta Wale says it,
and it's Ghana Web English. Like, yes, they've been writing this for too long.
So that's what I'm saying. They are making it obvious they are not on the same stance as Shatta Wale. You understand? Because if you really respect the brand Shatta Wale, you wouldn't take his words for something he is saying. If indeed you are trying to push a positive narrative, you wouldn't say, and he claims. If indeed, for instance, I know Sammy Flex is a good brand.
Yeah.
He pushes positivity.
Yeah.
So when Sammy Flex comes out to say, I have been doing very well in this industry, and I've made sure I've not attacked any personality or something, or say something positive about his brand, and I am supposed to be the third person saying it somewhere or talking about it. I'm not supposed to make Sammy Flex feel he is trying to call a name for himself.
That is not.
Yes, someone might say, no, it doesn't mean that. Maybe probably they are trying to say Shatta Wale is the one claiming.
Yeah.
But if you have a positive thought as him, you will realize that what he is saying, he's trying. Nobody will ever come out and tell you, I'm a bad person.
True.
So if you Ghana Web, you want Ghanaians to know you're a trusted source. You definitely want to put out stories that are genuine. So if you are coming out with a story and someone says, I am a good person, instead of you seeing the good I've done on the street, you guys have highlighted the bad. And you take that story, and instead of putting it in that context, you decide to add, he is claiming it. Because if you say proclaims, it basically means, I don't know, claiming.
Yes.
That's what you are basically saying. But is that the truth or not? That is the main question.
I know, right?
You understand? Now, let's delve into that issue.
Thank you.
Shatta Wale, this time around, he's taking this easy with the media. He's trying to make sure some of his...
And I am enjoying it this way. Honestly. I like it this way. It is making most of them now shy about a brand.
Exactly.
The fact that to them, they always envisage he would do this, he would do that. But when it happens, he chokes and watches them without reacting.
Exactly.
I'm loving this.
You see, and this is where we have to big up Shatta Wale, because he's now speaking the language the media should be speaking for him.
Okay.
You see, this language is supposed to be spoken by the media. And because, like he has put it, in a dark hole, and that dark hole Shatta Wale is talking about is that mindset that traditional media, before social media came into place, created in the mindset of the ordinary Ghanaian about Shatta Wale.
Okay.
Where people use personal emotions, personal sentiments, personal affiliation they had with Shatta Wale as relatives to him, to attack him on media because they couldn't get whatever agenda they were trying to set with him.
To push. Okay.
Understand? And when they took it on traditional media, they didn't speak the truth about the matter, but twisted it to make it look like, oh, Shatta Wale does Konko beat, oh, Shatta Wale's noise, music is noise. Most of the people who say those things, most of them have not even heard Shatta Wale's song before.
Yeah.
And some of them, the moment they hear it, I never knew Shatta Wale speaks sense. So what happened?
You were not paying attention.
The traditional media has closed the mind. So the moment you hear, why never know? Shatta Wale no, Pacho dum. So they've not even heard it to conclude.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is because, okay, I trust presenter Sammy Flex. Okay, Sammy Flex come on radio. Shatta Wale has done this, he has done this. In fact, his music, he doesn't want to give to producers. That is how he's making it look on traditional radio.
Yeah.
That Shatta Wale doesn't want to record the producer because he doesn't want to give them money. That's how they paint it to you. So you be there and you start listening to Shatta Wale music. I ain't hear konko. No, that's not how it's supposed to be. Where a proper producer and kabe papa. That's how they create the impression for you. So if you are always listening to traditional media, if your favorite artist you don't take care, they'll be able to cloud your mind with a dark personality that will make you lose that interest you have in the person and lose yourself, because now you are not being controlled by yourself but by the narration they are putting out.
True.
That is why now, thanks to social media, people are now seeing, no, we were wrong. I think we need to take time and pay attention to Shatta Wale. And everything Shatta Wale said in that post is the truth. Let's take it from the streets.
Okay.
The influence Shatta Wale has on the streets, nobody can ever sit anywhere and tell me Shatta Wale isn't the current artist that controls the whole Ghanaian street. He's the only artist that met a sitting vice president and left everything and question him about people on the street.
Right.
Even currently,
the
clearing of people on the streets of Accra, he's the only artist that has voiced out against it.
Yeah.
And if you see, let's be very honest, if you look at the tangent at which he's throwing his narration, you understand Shatta really cares about human beings. And these are the people the ordinary or the average Ghanaians do not care about. Those who sleep under bridges. Those, you see, Shatta thinks so much about people to the extent that he doesn't really, people don't really know him for these things.
Yeah.
So because of this, that's why now it is prerogative for us to come out and make it known some of these posts, because the direction he usually goes with his thought, people don't get it when he's angry.
Fact.
Shatta gets mad, starts saying his mind, and people think he's not correct. But when you take your time to listen to everything he said, and then you take out the insult, you realize, he was trying to talk about this. This is a very serious issue he was pointing at. Oh, he was trying to fight for artists to increase their payment. Oh, Shatta Wale is the one trying to make promoters feel nonsense, because if you're an artist, you are better off than a promoter. And you shouldn't be kissing promoters out. These are the things the media wouldn't make you feel it is Shatta Wale that is pushing the agenda. They'll rather make you feel that Shatta Wale is disrespecting this. But the truth of the matter is, how do these people handle these artists? Is Shatta Wale right? Look at Shatta Wale sitting on TV and talking about veteran Ghanaian musicians who have made nothing out of music. And he used, I remember one video I watched, he used Reggie Stone. Immediately, the presenter was trying to swear to make it look like he's trying to damn Reggie Stone's image.
Okay.
And you see, these are the kind of conversation. If you are not smart and intelligent like Shatta Wale, they'll misconstrue all the positive conversation you are trying to do.
Yeah.
All he was trying to say is, you see, today we have Shatta Wale having a company that government want to partner.
Yeah.
This is something that he was looking at a predecessor doing. That is the type of... He was talking about having an idol that... He said he doesn't have an idol in Ghana currently that he can look up to and say, oh, this idol, the party has created, I want to be like him. And you understand him perfectly if he says that, because most of them, the end result of their music career is nothing to write home about.
Fact.
And it's not wrong, because we have a sitting president and even presidents that are gone talking about how they are the ones taking care of, how do you call it, past artists. You understand? So when Shatta Wale is giving out the message, the truth of the matter is traditional media always try to coin it to make it look bad. That is why now, Shatta Wale, thanks to the Sammy Flex team and the rest, because look, We will take it one by one. The street boys. Thanks to Shatta Wale, now a lot of them are now content creators.
Thank you.
Look, put everything aside.
You just spoke one of my points.
Yes, put everything aside. If not for the constant enlightenment of Shatta Wale going on live and reacting to his own music, how many street boys do we even look at some of his videos that we see trending online? Which of them are even living in average homes, like good homes?
Thank you.
There are just a few. The people who really do go down into the gutters to do Shatta's music and reactions usually are the street boys. Why? Because they understand his message. Usually, and look at how they even soak their body into the music. Everything, like Bibia count, they sing the lyrics. Some of them even cry, share their emotions because in you understand? So when such person is doing, look at the Anazo guy. Perfect example. Look at this guy who and there's one guy called Bobby Shatta or Shatta Bobby.
Okay.
Some guy be into the same thing.
On TikTok.
Yeah, on TikTok. He didn't get to. And he
yeah. I've seen that guy.
He always
very energetic.
Yes.
Sometimes he does it
topless.
topless.
Yes. You see, and you ask yourself, if not for Shatta Wale's impact on social media, the way he comes out, you know, a lot of people learned that from Shatta Wale. And even Sarkodie himself have said Shatta Wale was the one taught him how to do Facebook Live.
Yeah. Even with that, he's still struggling.
Even with that, he's still struggling. You see, you can't take out the Shatta. And this is the impact Shatta has had on the streets. Shatta has enlightened the streets for them to know that I was one of you. To they see where I am. I'm at Trasako. I'm driving a Rolls Royce. Anybody who knows that I've sat in a car for someone to tell me that he's known episode and the rest, but he's shocked where Shatta Wale has gotten to.
So,
because by then, episode them were Mama.
Yeah, man.
Money Day House, Poppy, they go come. Shatta Wale was nothing to write to. I mean, even though Money Day House, he left home and was on the streets. And as at that time, they were all trying to find their head through.
Yeah.
But today, see where Shatta is. Not to compare him with anybody, but that is the narration, that is the positivity Shatta Wale has preached. And today, if you see any street boy fighting over Shatta Wale, it is not entirely about money, but it is about somebody can even write that because I was able to touch Shatta Wale, I believe
I'm
I
inspired.
can also. Yes,
I'm inspired. Yeah.
People always say people change Shatta Wale because of money. I say you don't know. If they do that video, read the comments under.
Yeah.
Read the life story of people.
Just this Sunday when we went out to shoot the video for Honey Boy, one of the TikTokers, popular TikTokers, I think he's part of the Conco band team. Yeah. When he came there and he got the opportunity to meet Shatta Wale, he hugged him and said, "Hey, this day I've been waiting for this day." That the Shatta did not give him money. But you know, say, "Hey, I've been waiting for this day." But you see,
we will get Ghanaians or traditional media coining a story to make it look like Shatta Wale pays them. That is why they are trying to force some love. I still have people telling me Shatta Wale pays me. That is why I'm doing what I do. Sammy Flex pays me. That's why I'm doing what I do. Let them
continue saying that.
When you see the truth and you decide to stick with the truth, I believe that is what will set you free. You understand? Because me, I was first following all this narrative on radio until I decided to use my own conscience. Until I decided to initially when I didn't want to listen to it because it was in my mind that Shatta Wale's music is noise.
Because that's what they were saying.
That is what they made us believe. And I don't want to put any artist's name out. And this artist's lyrics is deep. So I was always on that artist list and I was believing, then this is deeper. Until I heard is it prophecy or like Jesus? I said, nah, this music is not ordinary. Then I asked who sang the song.
And yeah, ordinary.
Yes, the same guy that they are saying. It doesn't. I say he doesn't sing sense. Are you sure he doesn't sing sense? Then I said, let me take time and listen. I started going through his archives. I said, wow.
You guys are saying this.
And you people are saying this. So at that moment, I quickly trashed in. So today as I speak to you, I don't watch TV, I don't listen to radio.
Wow.
Because I've realized how hard they control negative narratives.
Yeah.
And if they want to set you up, they do it so easily with their bad mind. Because Charlie, if you find yourself they realize how dangerous you can be to the world. So they want to shelve you into that cave of dark room Shatta Wale is talking about, so that you always feel that they are telling you the truth and what you should be believing in is wrong.
The lie. Well, so let me also give you some understanding, some more understanding to that post. You know, Shatta, when he is putting out what he wants to put out, he does not consider any diplomacy.
Of course.
Unlike we would do it.
Right.
If I were to write what Shatta put out, I would put it in a way that it will make it read with some diplomacy in there. But Shatta will go blunt and straight. It is criminals. I did this. But you see,
too raw.
Let's pick this point one after the other. Shatta Wale himself has been on the street before.
Undoubtedly.
You see, Shatta Wale's story, many have not heard it. In fact, even me, after years of running with him, every day I hear one angle that I've not heard before. I'm telling you this. Every day, Shatta Wale tell me something about him that I've not heard before. And I keep hearing more every day. The other day I was telling him, no, I have to come to his podcast and interview him so he shares those stories. At that time, he knew the people he met on the street. He knew their intentions. He knew what they were doing. But thank God, because he left there and he decided to chart a new path, as it stands now, many of them also left there. Charlie, the guy left. He is able to live. He is making something happen. Let me also follow suit. That's why he said in the post that, do you guys have an idea of how many of our godfathers that we've advised to put many of these youth? And when he said godfathers, he meant those people that they were the leaders on the street then.
You see, and one thing people don't know.
Point one, I'll come with point two, finish with this.
One thing people don't know, you've brought my mind to something important. Some of these Shaxi and Shatta Wale real estate, people do not, and even some of this, they don't know certain artists are even into real estate. And some of the workers that work on their on their field, are recommendations from Shatta Wale. People don't even know some of Shatta Wale's real estate business he does. He takes street people out to work on them.
Thank you.
And that is one thing people don't see. And you see, I saw Portfolio last time on TV saying certain things. He said Shatta Wale gives to the needy. Certain, I don't know if you saw it with Abro.
Yeah, I think I've seen the video.
Those are, and he said he was shocked Shatta Wale doesn't come out to say these things.
You know, he won't.
You see? So you ask yourself, what makes Shatta Wale say the ones he says? If you are smart, that should be your question. What will trigger Shatta Wale to say what he will say? For instance, he decides to give a car to somebody and he goes to take it and makes sure everybody knows he has taken it. Why will he do that? Because then the person too is in public trying to ridicule him.
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm a bad person, let me be bad with this.
Yes. Let me show my badness.
But if you are going and you keep quiet, you will never hear him and him. He and Komi has been working together. Even if they don't have
Connie, you mean?
Connie, yeah,
Okay.
Chris Connie. Even if they don't have a working relationship right now as I'm speaking, you will not know.
Yeah.
Because Chris Connie will never say anything about Shatta Wale negative anywhere.
Yeah.
You understand? But if you are leaving and you decide to come for him, he will also come for you. That's what people don't get.
Thank you for this.
So if you know this, Shatta Wale does a lot of good to people. And that is why, you see, people like Shatta Wale, people will not get. He's like Kennedy Japan. Shatta is just like Kennedy Japan. But he is doing it musically.
Yeah.
And you see the impact he's having. If Shatta Wale decides to switch to politics, there will be a big problem in Ghana. Because what he does is, he doesn't look at those who have made it. On family. That is why Shatta Wale's show, most of the time, if you compare it to other artists, his ticket pricing fits all and sundry.
For everybody to
everybody. His ticket pricing is so down that even if you say you do by day, per, you should be able to afford it. At least if you're able to save some 1 or 2, you should be able to afford at least regular. That is who Shatta. He thinks about the barest minimum. You understand? And that is where people's mind don't go. And Shatta Wale is trying to be rowdy. No. The system we have in Ghana currently, if you don't fight for yourself, nobody will mind you.
I like that. Now, let me also add this point. You know, for some time, he's decided to give free verses to most of these boys online.
Right.
And he does not just give it to the bourgeois or the dadabis.
Thank you. That's true.
I have seen the people that he's been giving the free verses to.
That's true.
He sees most of them, the ghetto boys, those on the streets. I'm sure there are some dadabis who are ready to pay maybe some amount of dollars and cedis just to make sure Shatta Wale does it for them.
Uncle,
but no, he is not.
For you to see some of them come here with money.
Thank you.
Even pressuring you to make the connection happen. You understand? So it's not as if you are sure.
Thank you.
Even you get the pressure. There's even a popular artist that came here recently and was trying to con you, and I'll take you out. I was here, I was seated here.
Ever.
You saw the lie. In fact, you prophesied about some of the things you said. He went outside and he came and said those things.
I told you.
You understand?
I told you can't say the same thing.
If it is indeed about somebody, an artist that think about people and has impacted. Look, I can tell you one of the few artists that has impacted and is still impacting people on the street is Shatta Wale.
Oh no, like this is so strategic. And when he put out that post, hey, this is what my man is saying about many people once again will miss it. Reason I was interested in this particular topic.
And you see,
he selects them recently. He's gone to Ashaiman. Go and see the boys he's done a feature for.
Of course.
These are boys from the ghettos, boys from the street. Look at Honey Boy. These are boys struggling there. And like he said, many of them, now they are making living out of Shatta Wale's content online alone.
No, wait, hold on. I can give you a lot of bloggers that came out of Shatta Wale.
Take your time.
Code Mickey can go heaven and net and tell me that if he knew he would be this big, trust me, I'm not sure certain things he did, he would do it.
There are some bloggers he mentioned in one of his songs called Who Miss Me. Anybody at all can listen to it.
Yeah. This is your boy, Wale Music TV. Send subscribe my shots, wanna subscribe him. If you na click bell no do na me the video be out tomorrow. I want the first person about share. If you na drop a comment was so. Wale Music TV, yes, Shatta Wale ni TV, I yeba more Shatta Wale ni news. Na update, everything be a friend Shatta Wale who be a once a back on the more platform me do. Into bomb more than subscribe, next share, no brother, and I was still who edumede in Wale Music TV. Video be able posting what had they be a by Shatta Wale. Inti say Shatta Wale no fan quote send dia blend beti good news. Blend never share, never subscribe, no brother, and I was still who edumede in the more platform me do. Video be able posting what had they be a by Shatta Wale. Inti say ejiwon di day Shatta Wale fan quote send dia blend beti good news by Shatta Wale. Ne bomb than share, no brother, and I was sister. Who edumede in Wale Music TV. Thank you.